Hi everyone, I'm Ann Overcash with Pyramid Educational Consultants. Many of you have been asking for ideas of lessons you could quickly create in the home environment for the PEX user in your life or the PEX user that you serve. Today I'm just going to talk a little bit about and share a story with you. One way to incorporate books around your house with your PEX user is through Phase 6 commenting. For specific guidelines on how to teach Phase 6, please check your PEX training manual beginning on page 223. That's chapter 10, which covers teaching Phase 6. I like to use some type of interactive books, especially with your younger PEX users. So with an interactive book, you have the option just to ask some pretty simple commenting questions. But for your non-PEX users, you could also include them and have them identify different things on the pages. So with a book like this, you will need whatever book you're using, the pictures that you've created to go along with the story. So think ahead of time, which questions will I ask when I'm reading this story with my PEX user or anyone that I'm sharing the story with. I like to use a separate activity board, even if my PEX user, of course, has their own communication binder. When I'm teaching commenting, I have to be critically aware that some of my PEX users actually are not as motivated by the commenting or the vocabulary that's presented during these kinds of lessons. So I tend to introduce commenting lessons using a separate activity board. And this allows me to be prepared. What vocabulary will I need when I'm teaching this lesson? So I have all of my boards set up, my potential questions that I'll be asking my PEX user throughout the story. They'll have this board nearby in addition to their communication binder. If at any point during the middle of this lesson they'd like to make a different kind of request, of course that's an option. It might also be a little signal to me to let me know that maybe they're not as excited about this book as I am. If your learner is not as excited about social reinforcement, which is the type of reinforcement we'll be using in Phase 6, then using some type of visual reinforcement system. So let's make a deal is what we call it within the pyramid approach to education. So those token boards, so you may want to make sure that you set a deal prior to the beginning of the lesson. Say your PEX user really wants to play with the slinky, and they're so excited for the slinky, but we're going to use the slinky as motivation. So you would like to play with the slinky? Boy, do I have a deal for you. And place that picture or the actual slinky onto your visual reinforcement system for your learner. So I'll just take a minute and read this book. So you can either have your PEX user listen to me read the book, or just use this as an example of something you would do with your particular PEX user. So this is Where's the Ladybug? And it's written by Ingela Arrhenius. I'm not sure I'm pronouncing that correctly, but this is just a simple lift the flap book. So I find that many of my younger PEX users do enjoy a little bit of interaction. So where's the ladybug? Let's see. Where's the caterpillar? All right. Let's see. Here it is. There's the caterpillar. Where's the bee? Here it is. There's the bee. Where's the snail? Here it is. Where's the ladybug? Here it is. And where are you? This one has a mirror in it. So if you're using this book with your student, your PEX user, your child at home, feel free maybe to pause on that page. If you create the vocabulary for this particular book, pause on that page, asking your PEX user. If they're beginning Phase 6, you would ask the question, what is it? So we're using that progressive time delay. So your PEX user would actually then create the sentence strip, always with the exchange. exchange the sentence strip with you. Once you have the strip, they're going to be pointing as you read it back. It's a snail. Oh my goodness. And I typically would go back with them and say, oh my gosh, that's right. That is the snail. And this would be your opportunity perhaps to point out something else on that page. If your PEX user is also learning some other types of communication skills, such as receptive identification, you might have them point to things on that particular page as well. So included with the materials for this video, we have a materials list. There is also available on our Facebook user support page, the PEX user support page. You can find a PowerPoint and a PDF file for all of these pages as well. And if you want to print those out or have them available on your screen to kind of slow down the lesson, that would also be fine. But we're excited for you to have just this little idea. And if you have other books in your environment and can quickly create what you need for those books and have another type of commenting lesson in your repertoire. So thanks so much for taking time to listen to these ideas. And we'd love to have your additional ideas in the comments section. Thank you.